Chaz Harvey. April 16th, 2025. Freestyle. Chaz and the Ewings, a.k.a. Chaz Harvey. My testimony, part 5. Check me out. Freestyle. Yeah. I'll tell you about my grandma. Yeah. Yeah. Good grandma. Blessed grandma. Lucille. Man. I'll tell you about my grandma. And the other, elderly people that was in my life. Yeah. I'ma start off with my grandma. Man, she was such a good grandma. Man, she took in so many kids. Man, she took in so many kids. Man, I remember a good wine kid she took in. Yeah, you know your name. You know who you is. Yeah, her dad used to be my gym teacher. Man, back in the day, he was a pretty good gym teacher. Yeah, good gym teacher. Yeah, my grandma was always taking people in, showing people how to cook, how to clean. Taught my mom a lot. That's why she do a lot of cleaning. Yeah, she learned from a good grandma. Yeah, that was her mama. Yeah. Many times my mom, helped out her mom. Yeah. Sometimes my mom would go all out of way just to make somebody's day, man. Thank you, Jesus. Yeah. Thank you, Jesus. So I learned a lot from my mom, but I learned the most from Jesus Christ. I gotta give it all to Jesus Christ. Yeah, cause he the one that changed my life. Yeah. I learned a lot from old heads. I took heed to a lot of old heads. Yeah. But a lot of people wasn't listening to the old heads. I took time to sit down and talk to the old heads just to see what they had to say. Yeah, I learned a lot of wisdom. I got a lot of wisdom from the stuff that they did say. My grandma used to always say, keep a living in, you will see. Yeah, now I see what she meant, every word. Now I see. Yeah, now I see. Yeah. My Aunt Frony used to always say, bird in the hand worth 5 in the bush. Yeah. Used to always say, yeah. My grandma used to always say, it's dark on that side of town. Yeah, now I know what she meant when she said it was dark on the other side of town. Yeah, so she always used to light. Every night, always had on the lights. Yeah, every light in the house was on when grandma was around. Yeah, she didn't care how much the electric bill was when it came out. She just wanted the light around, yeah. And we was the light around, yeah. I try to bring her so much light when I was around, yeah. I gave her a hard time sometimes, but it was just to get a laugh. Cause she always used to say something so funny that would make you laugh. Man, that would make you laugh. Man, that would make you laugh. I used to sit at the table and talk to her. Things are coming for her. Peanut butter sandwich, that's all she had to eat. Time. Man, it was hard for her to sleep, man. Stomach growling. People had money, but they didn't come around her, man. Yeah, but they didn't come around her, man. But some people helped her out pretty good. Yeah, helped her out pretty good. Yeah, but I just wish I could have did more for her. Yeah, but I was young. I was still learning, coming up. Yeah, she died in 2008. Yeah, just when I started take off. Yeah. Just when things started to change. Yeah. That's when she passed away. Yeah. Doctor said he was gonna have to remove her off life support. Yeah. He said she wouldn't remember us. Yeah. But it's the way Jesus had innocent. Man, it's the way blessed us. Man, she looked up. They said she was brain dead. Man, she looked up. Man, in the nursing home, my mama came in with that Christmas tree with the blue lights. Man, it brought back so many memories. Man, she called us all by name. And she remembered our name.
Alex got this stomping.
Man, they took her up to Madison. They brought her back from Madison. No oxygen. Man, they wanted her to die. Man, her brain wasn't fried. Man, she knew all of us. She had a stroke, but she still knew all of us. Man, and it was rough, man. Man, it was rough, man. And my aunt Frony, man, and in the end, man, it was just me and her. Yeah, in the end, yeah. Nursing home again, man. She lost a leg. I used to sit there and play gospel songs for her every day. Man, every day, man. Yeah, I used to say something to her too, just to make her say something funny. Man, it was true. One time I called her, played like I was a president. I told her this is Donald J. Trump, and I want to know if I got your vote. And she said, nope, I'm voting for Bill Clinton. Man, that was so funny when she said Bill Clinton. Man, that was so funny. Man, that was so funny. Man. But in the end, I was the one to sit there and talk to her. But so many people didn't talk to her. But she had some calls, you know. Her nephew and grandson came to see her, you know. I used to come to see her. Sit down there and listen to her music. Yeah. Man, that was something. Man, that was something. Man. I remember when I used to sit on the end of the bed with my grandma while she scratched her head with the comb under the lamp. Man. I remember my granddad. Man. We used to have some good laughs with my granddad growing up as a kid. We used to say something to make him mad, so he would say something funny. One time he was fixing the light, flicking the lights. We was kids. He said, hey, who playing with the electricity? Cut on the electricity. Man, we said electricity. Man, we laughed so hard, man. Man, he went through so much. World War II, he went through so much. Man, still had the pellets in him. Man, still had the pellets in him. He was a soldier to the end. I remember when we seen him at the nursing home. In the end, my little brother said he saluted to him to let him know he was out. Man, let him know he was out. Yeah, over and out. Yeah, soldier to the end. Jesus said, endure to the end. Yeah, be a soldier to the end. Yeah, in due time. Yeah, everything gonna be alright. Yeah, you doing just fine. Yeah, everything gonna be alright. Yeah, it just take time. Yeah, I learned little by little. Jesus gave me little by little, and now I got a lot. I collected it over the years. Man, good memories over the years, man. Good memories over the years, man. Yeah, so many people in my family I wanted to laugh and talk to and sit down and get to know. But man, it was hard to get to know. Man, but a lot of people I did get to know. I got to meet my grandma on my dad's side. Yeah, while she was alive, yeah. Took a flight to Florida. First Florida ride on the plane. Ride with my dad. Man, that was something special to me, man. Dad said, I ain't sitting by the window, you sit by the window. Man, I heard I was finna go on the flight. I went to the airport, went to the store, looking for some gum, cause I knew my ears was popping, were gon' pop. All I could find was a king-size bag of Skittles. Man, I hope it stopped and pop. Man, sitting on the plane, eating Skittles. Man, looking out the window, high in the sky, with my dad sitting right next to me. side by side, like father and son, supposed to be side by side. Many times we work together side by side. Many times Dad showed me a lot, man, and I still know a lot that he showed me, man. Yeah, he showed me. Yeah, he showed me. Yeah, he showed me. He showed me how to wash cars. He showed me how to work on cars. Yeah, he even showed me how carpentry work. Yeah, I even worked with it at the Chrysler plant. Yeah, hot soup, scraping in the tunnel with the hot soup. Garden tool in my hand, scraping baked off paint off the walls, man. Dry rag, wiping walls, man. I did everything I could, everything I can, everything I could. I did all I can, man. Yeah, all I can. Yeah. There's so many family members I got to meet. Yeah, but a lot of people forgot about me, man. Yeah. But it's all good. I still pray for him. Yeah. I still pray for him. Many things Jesus put me through, still made me pray for him. Yeah. And many things evil put me through, I still pray for him. Yeah. Trials and tribulations, yeah. Just have patience, cause when it's all over, yeah, Jesus gon' have you in greatness. So keep trusting Jesus with every decision. Just keep the faith, everything is gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay, yeah. One day, the sky gonna crack open and Jesus gonna say, come on with me, my faithful servant, bless you. Bless you, bless me, Jesus bless me, yeah, and he can bless you too. It ain't too late for Jesus to bless you, but you gotta change now, cause it's end times, so it seems like we ain't got much time now, but I don't know the day or the time or the hour, yeah, but I know one day, yeah, any second, any hour, any day, yeah, the Lord gonna make way. Yeah. It's a reason for the trees. Yeah. It's a reason for the breeze. Yeah. It's a reason for the grass. Yeah. It's a reason for the mask. Yeah. That Jesus put you behind. Yeah. And they didn't even know. Whole time, Jesus was behind. Had me behind the mask. And then I took off the mask. And I looked back. All the times that I had, and all the times that I had, yeah. Recently, it's crazy how Jesus worked, yeah. Because basically, the same thing happened to this other dude that happened to my best friend, man. Good Friday, right before Good Friday. He in, yep, he in, yep. So I wonder if they gonna let him out same day my best friend got out. Man, you know what I'm saying? It's something how Jesus worked. Yeah, it's something how Jesus worked. I remember back in the day, I got to fighting with that dude. Yeah, not my best friend, but the other dude. But he was still my best friend, the other dude. Yeah, cause we grew up together too. I remember when I used to go to see his grandma too. And he used to say, Baloo, Baloo. Yeah, Baloo, Baloo. Yeah, and she used to say, is that you? Yeah. Is that you? Man. That's something how life pan out. Man. That's something how life pan out. Man. So many people took a whole different route, man. And I was trying to go good, show good people good every whole time I was with them. Man. Yeah. But a lot of people just didn't want to hear it. Man. I said, hey, man. I don't think we should go over there, man. I got a feeling, man. But a lot of times people listen to me. They say, man, you really did have a feeling, yeah. I saved so many accidents, so many people flying up the street. I saved so many accidents. Man, I seen so many accidents. I remember one time, me and my family, my mom, my young sisters and brothers was driving down the street. old Buick Roadmaster. That's how long that been ago. Many years ago. Driving up the road, I was paying attention, only one. I said, watch out, there go a deer. Just right in time to save the car from a deer. Yeah, and ain't no telling what'd happen if we had to hit that deer. That was a pretty strong car, but you never know. But you already know when Jesus is near. Yeah, everything gonna be alright. Jesus guide my path and everything gonna be alright. Open your eyes and follow Jesus, and that's the best thing to do. Yeah, follow Jesus. Yeah, Jesus said, touch not my anointed, do my prophets no harm. So if you do the prophets and the anointed good, don't worry, no harm, no weapon shall prosper. That's what it said in the Bible. Yeah. So for sure, Jesus said, no weapon shall prosper. Yeah. Amen. Amen. Man. So much stuff I did in life. Man. So much stuff I did in life. But it was all a learning experience, man. I learned so much from Jesus Christ, man. He showed me so much. Jesus Christ, man. One time, I was with my old buddy P.O. Man, he needed help with his cell phone. And I already helped him with it pretty good with his cell phone. But I guess he didn't think I knew too much about cell phones. You know, I didn't know too much more than the cell phone company. I said, okay, he said, let's go over here to the, cell phone company and let's see what's wrong with my phone. I said, okay. We went, man, and I went in there with him. And I'm telling the lady what he need help with, and I was helping her. And he was looking at me and looking at her like, he bust out laughing. It's like, heck, Chaz, you need to be working here. Instead of her, she need to be paying you. And man, that was so funny. And that lady we was all laughing, and that was so funny. Yep, that was so funny, man. Yep. I remember this other dude, man. He was in the building too, man. And he was rough, man. He was rough. He was going through a lot too, man. He went through a whole lot, man. Man, that man had a hard time, man, in life, man. And yeah, the man had a hard time in life, man. And his name was John. Yeah, I remember him, man. He was always talk stuff to me, man. Just a knock on the door, old building, door. He'd knock on the apartment door, man. He would come to the door, knowing I wanted. He was hoping I'd come to the door. I knew he was hoping I'd come to the door so he could talk some trash to me, and I could say something to him that'll make him laugh so much, man. He would just say something crazy to me, and he say, man, what you like he'll say something like, what you doing, no good, or something like that, and come out here in the hallway and say that to me, or something like that, just to get a laugh out of me. He's like, hold on, let me get my shoes on. I'll come out there in a minute, hold on. And I close the door or something like that, and by the time I get back to the door, he went back down the hallway laughing, and man, that was so funny, man. And I helped him out so many times, man, and a lot of people knew I helped him out, and a lot of people didn't know I helped him out, but one time I seen him, he was laying on the ground, man, in the hallway, man, and he had a pacemaker in his chest, man, and he was laying on the hallway, man, drunk, man, just laying there, man, nobody around. And who shows up? Me, man, and sometimes he treated me pretty bad, I would help him out and stuff. He would give me, tell me to F me and go down the hallway, but yeah, I still helped him out, and I came one time and came in the hallway, and there he was, man, laying on the floor, man. I picked him up off the ground, man, and helped him down his apartment, man. And there was another dude that lived in the building too. He tried to help me, but he couldn't pick him up. I picked him up all by myself, man. Raised him up all up off the ground, man. He was drunk. I walked him right down to his apartment, man. He had the door open. I walked him in there, laid him on the couch, man, and closed the door behind him. Yep. And another lady, she was in the building too. She was a drunk. She was an older lady, and she fell down the stairs, man. And I heard her falling down the stairs when I was coming through the door. Who coming through the door? Me again. I was coming through the back door, and I heard a boom, 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 pow, like this, and I went open the door, and there she was, laying on the floor, man, bottom of the stairs. So I had went over there to help her too, man, and it was these two people. They were trying to take her to the store, robbing her and stuff, and yeah, I come through the door, heaven sent, come through the door to help her. And I come through the door, and there she is laying on the floor at the bottom of the stairs. I fell from the top of the stairs all the way to the bottom of the stairs. And I picked her up off the ground, and she looked at me in my eyes like she stared me in my soul, the way she looked me in my eyes. And she said, wow. Looking like, wow, like you, where you come from? Who are you? Who sent you? And she looked at me like, thank you. I could see how she was thanking me with her eyes. I stared through her soul, how she was thanking me with her eyes. And she looked at me, and people ended up taking her to the store anyway. That's how sick they were, messed up they was, and stuff. And I prayed for them, all of them too, And what I did was, they helped her to the car, man. I went on upstairs, man, and I seen her like later on a week or something, maybe, or somewhere around there. And she had a neck brace on her neck, and she was old too, man. She might have been 80 or 79, or she was up there. Might have been older than that. She was a hard time getting around and stuff. And we were ripping her off, taking her cigarettes and stealing her liquor and everything, man. And it was rough. And so me and my uncle, man, we was the best ones in the building, man. And many people ripped so many people off, man. And me and my uncle was the only ones, man, in that building, man. And we helped out so many people, man. And even my uncle, man, I helped him out so good, and he started changing because of me, Jesus blessing me to bless him, And, man, reading prayers, got him reading more prayers and everything, man. And changed up a lot, I tried so hard with him, working on him so hard, man. And I used to buy him clothes and give him money and buy him cologne and stuff, man, and encourage him so much and stuff, And so then I had a lady see me, man. The older lady see me coming through the door, and she looked at me like F me, like this, and I helped her up off the ground, from falling down the stairs. And not too much later, she had passed away, man. And, P.O. had passed away and everything, and seemed like a lot of people I kept helping out, and a lot of older people kept passing away, man. Man. A lot of people I came back to help, and I grew up with them and stuff, and came back later to help them and stuff, Yeah, something how the Lord works, man. And like I say, the Lord works in mysterious ways. Like my grandma used to always say, you never know who you need. So, like they used to say at school, be on your best behavior. You never know. Yeah. But a lot of times, I didn't rub in nobody's face. I stayed so humble, man. The way I was staying so humble, man. And people, man, showing diamonds off in front of me, told me I had no money, or little money, and all this kind of stuff, man. People made fun of me at the stores. I would go in the stores, man, and I was bringing so much money to these people at these stores and stuff, man, and jobs and stuff, man, and they paid me pennies, man. I did Google reviews for people, man, and they got so much business off me, man. And I became a local guy, man, for, one of the views I had 4,000, or altogether 4,000 views, something like that, many views. And, I was recommending stuff, man, and sending people to the store, man, and people was cleaning the shelves off of the stuff I was telling them to get and stuff, man, a lot of stuff, man, and all kind of stuff, man. I was telling them how to heal themselves, man, and got people better, man, and all kind of stuff, man. Every time I found something good, I shared it with a lot of people, man. I didn't hold it to myself, It wasn't for me, for everybody. Yeah, as much as I could, that was for everybody, but yeah, man, like if I found some water or something, man, good water or something, I'll let somebody know about it, or let somebody know how to get rid of a headache or backaches or something, I told people about a lot of vegetarian stuff, and stop smoking and stop drinking, and educated them how bad liquor was for them, and weed and cigarettes and all kinds of stuff, man. And, a lot of people, they didn't really think that I knew about that stuff, a lot of stuff I experienced, man, for myself. I learned a lot of people, listen to a lot of people online and different stuff like that, but I learned a lot of stuff for myself. I seen it for myself. Jesus showed me this stuff, and I've seen it for myself. Work with my hands, man. I worked at oil changing places, man. I worked at, Menards. I worked at Haviline. I worked at Napa Auto Parts. I worked at a roofing company, Ridgetop Roofing Company. I worked at Chrysler. I worked at Avenger for Chrysler. I worked at many jobs, many places I went, man, that Jesus sent me to, And it wasn't for me to be working them 9 to 5 jobs because it wasn't worth it. It wasn't really what I was there, to help people and stuff, man. I helped so many people, man, and I was giving people rides to work and stuff when I was driving, and man, sitting there laughing and talking with people at lunchtime and stuff, man. And a lot of people, man, they treated me bad, man. Did a lot of racist stuff to me, evil stuff to me, but I still wasn't racist, and stuff like that, and evil to them, And a lot of people just, tested me so much, tried me so much, I just had to go off, and like growing up, I was going to school and stuff, and one dude used to always try to bully me, and he always thought he was bullying me, and I just kept giving chance after chance, but I gave him so many chances, man. I exactly how many chances I gave him, but I gave him a whole lot of chances, more than anyone ever gives. I mean, 20 chances, many chances. I said, man, I ain't gonna fight you, like this, and I told him a lot of times I didn't want to fight him, like that. And he just kept pushing me, he wanted to fight me, And I was always humble, a lot of times I wouldn't want to fight nobody. I'll show love and stuff, and man, he kept pushing me. And I got this new outfit my dad bought me one time. It was a nice outfit. I think my dad bought it for me. My mom bought it for me one. Yeah, my mom bought it for me. Yeah, it was Sean John outfit, white with red and green on it, and it was a white short set and short sleeve set. Man, we went to the basketball court, at the college. When he grabbed my shirt up, man, I had fingerprints all over my shirt, brown, dirty fingerprints all over my white, good clothes, man. It was like, a $60 or $80 outfit or something like that, crazy, man. And man, that was a nice outfit, man. And he put all kind of dirty basketball, dirt fingerprints all over it, man. And I let him slide on that one. I said, man, he had me hemmed up against the wall. I said, man, let me go. This was many years ago. So I gave him a pass on that one, And so one day, man, we was at school, high school, man, and I was sitting at the table and I was rapping. And I don't know, he hated me so much, was out to get me so much, man. It was something about that dude. I don't know what was in him, but he was out to get me so much. But a lot of people knew it was something special about me, They just wanted to try me, just wanted to really see, wanted to see it for themselves, really, or just trying to figure me out and, thinking they could try me because I was nice and calm and, loving and all this kind of stuff all the time, a lot of times, so, but they say, Jesus people is kind and loving, but very dangerous, so you don't want to mess with Jesus people, and Jesus, if you mess with Jesus people, Jesus is the most dangerous, so you got to deal with him, so. And I might not see it, nothing happen to you, it might already happen to you, or something happen to you, and I'm not even find out about it, not even see it, Jesus might let me witness it right in my face, And so the guy, he was talking trash to me, and I'm rapping, like this at the table, and my other old school buddy back in the day, and man, he said, you can't rap, man, you suck, man, and started talking all kind of trash to me, and I just let him have a pass there. I got up off of the cafeteria table, walked heading to up the stairs, out of the gym, out of the cafeteria, and man, he pushed me down, man. I fell down on the stairs, man, right in front of everybody, man. Everybody was looking and laughing and oohing and ahhing and everything, and I said, man, that's it. Now I got to show him something. So I got this eagle ring. I got this ring I wear now today. And it was my something like my stepdad. His name was Russell. He raised me pretty good back in the day and stuff too. Growing up, he brought us a lot of Christmas presents and stuff like that. Has always had food and stuff like that. Did really good for us. But he wasn't my stepdad or nothing like that. But he was really good to us. He was like a dad. He was a father figure to me. So he had this ring, and my mom bought this ring from him years ago, and he didn't want it because it was from Walmart. But it was his real ring, it's sterling silver and gold and onyx and all this stuff on it. So he had moved off, and he left his ring, like that, and I kept the ring, and my mom gave it to me, and I kept it. And so I had it, and I sold it years ago, many years ago, and it was like 2008, a long time. Oh, might have been longer than that. Yeah, longer than that. I sold it to a pawn shop, and they ripped me off on it, man, and kept it, man. I couldn't pay for it, get it back. And so I had that ring on. In high school, and this dude, he pushed me down on the stairs, and I fell backwards on the stairs. Like I turned around, and I think he pushed me. I fell backwards on the stairs. So I had my hand on the step, and I pushed off the step so strong and jumped off that step so strong, and I punched him so hard in the face. He fell back and hit the ground. He was laying out there, and his eyes was rolling in the back of his head. Man, they thought I killed him, man. And I got on top of him, got over and grabbed his shirt, and I was gonna hit him again. I said, no, you know what? That's good enough. And then his little brother came and he had his little brother help. His little brother had to come to help him, try to help him, man. He was way older than his little brother, and I left him laying there, and I walked off. And man, and to that day, man, to this day, man, he looked at me, man, like, man, listen, I ain't messing with you, man. I learned him a good lesson. Yep. So he pushed me and pushed me and pushed me. I told him I didn't want to fight him, man, and he kept trying me, man. And finally that day, he got what he wasn't looking for. And I hit him so hard, man, and hit him so hard I cracked the onyx on my ring. And it's still cracked on it to this day. And I sold that ring years ago after high school, later in high school and stuff like that, or whatever, same year, whatever. And so I ended up pawning it, and I don't know which way it went, And so Russell, he passed away years ago, back in 2018. And so I was at this coin shop, and just had opened up and stuff around. I think it was around 2018. And so I was in the coin shop, and I was in there, and man, I was looking at the man's jewelry and stuff like that. And I said, looked at that ring. I said, man, that looked like my old ring. And man, like they say, lo and behold, man, that was my old ring. Russell's old ring from back in the day. And I said, man, let me see that ring right there, man. That looked like my old ring I had back in the day. And man, I looked at that ring, man. I took that ring out of that box and looked at it. I said, man, I told the dude before I even touched it, before I even moved anything on it, and did anything to it. I held it in the box. I said, man, listen, if this eagle move on this ring, this is my ring. I see the onyx is cracked right across it, though. That's just like my ring. And man, I moved that eagle, man. That eagle started moving, spinning around in circles, man. I said, man, that's my ring. Ain't that something how that, stuff come back to you, man, and I forgot all about this ring, man. I done had this ring ever since 2018, man, and that's when Russell passed away in 2018, man. And I done had this ring ever since, man. And it learned me something too. I mean, it learned me something. It learned a lot of people something too that was around me, that Russell was alive, because Russell, I used to always tell people, answer the phone for people, man. Answer that text message, man. Answer the phone when I'm calling you, like this, A lot of people, snooze your phone call or end it or whatever, or cut the volume off or whatever, vibrate it or whatever. And so, when they said when they found Russell, they said all kind of stuff happened to him. I guess he had heart attacks and everything, man. He was ticking time bomb, and they said, man, he was, ribs and cooked ribs and all that bad stuff was eating growing up and stuff, But man, they said he had cell phones and chargers, wires, and all that over the bedroom, man. He was looking for somebody. I guess he had to charge his phone, man. He was trying to call somebody. Man, I wish he had to call me, man, because I bet you I would have answered, man. I done answered everybody's calls, man. And man, people call. I mean, some calls I miss here and there, but mostly, man, I answer everybody's call, man. It'd be 3 o'clock in the morning, man. I used to answer people's call, man. And like I was saying, my best friend, man, I answered this call, man. He called me, I think, at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'll never forget it, man. 4 o'clock in the morning, man. And he knew I was going to answer, man. He was pretty dang sure I was going to answer, because I answered every call he called me. Every time he called me, I answered it. Every time my dad called, I answered. Every time my mom called, I answered it. Everybody called me, I always would answer. I always would check on people and call them and message them and stuff, And I know he was getting tired of me calling and message, but I was just, wondering about them. What if they was all right? Cared that much, Some people, man, they ain't even getting that call no more, man, And they're like, man, I sure miss you, man. I seen people in the stores, man, and they were so excited to see me, man, again, man, and stuff. And I had to step away from them, man. It was too much going on, man. Had too much going on, man. That wasn't me, man. I knew in my mind and my heart, Jesus was, telling me stuff like, man, that ain't right, man. Don't fool with them people, man. I hung with so many people back in the day, grew up with so many people, man, and so many people, man, went the wrong direction, man. People got locked up, man. People done died, man. And like, for example, I remember my old buddy Joey, man, and we grew up together, man. Went to school together and stuff, man. And we used to laugh and talk together, play basketball together, and all that kind of stuff, man. And I remember old Joey, man. I hate to say this, but he was one of the ones that used to doubt me too, man. He used to say some nasty stuff to me, but I still loved him, still treated him good, and stuff, and still hung with him and stuff, And in the end, I remember one time he was going up the hill on Henry. He was going up the hill, man, and he held out the window of a Mercedes. He said, man, because I used to tell people so much back in the day, growing up and stuff. I said, man, I'm going to be this, I'm going to be that, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to go to college. I used to tell them all kind of stuff, but they never believed me. A lot of people just didn't believe me, just didn't believe in me, And I told him, I said, man, I told him all kind of stuff I was going to do, that I wanted to do, and stuff, and a lot of stuff didn't happen, but a lot of stuff changed, and over the years they seen like, wow, all that time it was you, man, and you was showing us stuff, man. You was always telling us right a lot of times, and buying us food, man. I hung with a lot of people growing up, man. I didn't have much money, man, but I was buying people chips, a bag of chips and honey buns and pops and all that stuff, man. Didn't have much of nothing, They didn't growing up or something, whatever. I would get my money, but grandma would give me some money, and I'll make a little money here and there or whatever. Borrow some money or something. I end up spending it with them, spending it, all by us all, something, I didn't have but $20 or $15. I buy us all a little bag of chips or something, you know. So I was going up. Joy was going up the hill in that Mercedes, you know, gold Mercedes. He's going up the hill, and he told me, he said, he yelled out the window, "Hey man, I thought you was gonna have a car and all this kind of stuff, you know." And he yelled out the window that, man, and I, you know, and I just, you know, I was, you know, it made me sad, you know, how he was talking to me, you know. We was good friends, you know, and and later on in life, man, he ended up getting killed, man. I said, wow. Died by the gun, man. I said, wow. He was young too, man. And I used to go over his, you know, his house and stuff like that, man. Laugh and talk to him and stuff like that, man. And, you know, Hoopy, you know, I used to hang with Hoopy, you know, and stuff, man. I was with Hoopy a lot of times, you know, and stuff, man. And Hoopy grew up together too, man. And we used to laugh and talk, man. And I used to go over his house, man, laugh and talk, man. His grandma used to say funny stuff, and he would say something funny too, so just to make his grandma laugh, man. And yeah, his grandma was my something like stepdad Russell's cousin, and mom and stuff like that. Hoopy kin about Russell and stuff like that. Yeah, but I didn't find that out till later. I say that's something that, you know, that worked. I learned something from her too. Hoopy's grandma, yeah, she had an aloe vera plant used to be on the porch and stuff, and she told us that you can put that on stuff and it'll heal you. And I always took that with me. I always kept that with me too. I remember that all my life. That aloe vera will heal you. And man, I used to many years I shaved with aloe vera gel. Man, I would go to the store and buy it, and I would rub it on my face, and then use a razor to shave with it, man. Because I was, you know, I said it heals your skin, so I said I put it on my face and shave with it because it's gonna heal my skin, you know. But healing while I'm shaving, you know. Yep. Man, many times they cleared my skin up so good, man, putting that aloe vera gel on, man. And I learned so much stuff from people, man. I still got with me to this day, man. Still remember all that stuff, man. A lot of stuff, you know, I remember some stuff, but I still remember a whole lot of stuff, man. And yeah, I'm doing a lot of stuff, man. Going over my stepdad, you know, and he took care of us pretty good. He just was really strict, you know, and man, he kept food on our table, man. We always had a roof over our head. Always had clean clothes and good clothes, you know, and he didn't really buy no toys or nothing like that, you know, for Christmas or nothing like that. But I see why probably he didn't buy that stuff. He didn't probably believe in no Christmas, you know. But he really believed in buying clothes and food and stuff like that. You know, he was a hard worker, man. He took me and my little brother to a job one time, man, and it was a wedding, man. It was like, 1,000 chairs was out there, man. He needed us to help him get them chairs in that U-Haul, man, that truck, that box truck. But he really didn't need us, but he helped him out a lot. That we helped him, you know. And we must have lifted so many chairs and put them on that dang in that truck, man. Man, we lifted a lot of them. Man, that was our first hard work, man. We found out hard work, man. With Willie, man. Man, he worked us so hard that day, man. And we was out it was Mississippi. Man, it was a red mud. It was all out in the dirt. I think it just had rain, man. We was walking with all them chairs, man. It was a wedding. Willie was real strict on us, but man, he disciplined us good though, man, cause I really took heed of what he did, man, cause man, that kept us out of jail, man. A lot of my family, brothers and sisters and stuff ain't been to jail, man. Ain't really been to jail, man. So, you know, man, our family, man, grandmas, moms and stuff like that, man. My grandma used to always say it's hard to get in there, hard to get in. Once you get in, it's hard to get out. And she was always say, once you get that record, it's hard to get it off. Take it off that record, you know. So man, I took heed to a lot of that stuff, man. And a lot of times people thought I wasn't listening, but I was listening very well, man. And I was listening very well, man. And I was just thinking, you know, be sitting there thinking, and man, I would listen to people, man, and sit there and listen to people talk, man. And man, I'd just be soaking it up, man, and just talking to them, you know. And a lot of times I try to talk to people, man, and they just, you know, really wouldn't let me get too much of a word in, you know, but I used to talk to my uncle a lot, man. He used to really listen to me, but, you know, he would really listen to me, you know, and stuff, but I talked to him too long, you know, I know he wasn't going to get off the phone and stuff like that, you know, but, man, he didn't have nobody to talk to like that, man, and I sit there and talk to him, man, for hours, man. We laugh and talk, man, and stay up all night laughing and talking, man, and many times, man, we got on the phone, man, and we laugh and talk, man, on the phone, man, for 3 hours, man. Sometimes I say, man, we done talk for 3 hours, man. I got so much proof on my phone, man. Me and you talking for 3 hours and hours, man. And man, the way, and many times Keith treated me bad, you know, growing up, you know, and get into it all the time, you know, and man, who was there in the end, man? I was there with him in the end, man. He had lung cancer. They took the pie shape of his lungs out, broke his ribs to get his lungs, pick his piece of his lungs out. I was there in the hospital with him, man. My mom came to visit him too. Yeah, but I came to see him many days in the hospital. Then he went to the nursing home. I just went over there to see him every day, seeing him every day. Many days I could, you know. Some days they had some stuff going on. I couldn't go, so but I would see him every day, almost every day. He was working out, man. He was exercising. He was doing so good. Wasn't smoking no more. I said, wow, it's a blessing how you been changed like this, you know. And I warned him. I told him about that surgery. I said, man, I wouldn't get that surgery, man. But I understand in the end. I mean, either way, I already understood, you know. But I knew what time it was and stuff like that, you know. But yeah, I told him, man, I wouldn't get that surgery, man. I told him it was bad, man. It was a rough surgery, man, and he didn't believe me, man. And I told him when he woke up, man, I had to tell him that. I said, man, they broke your ribs, man. And he said, they broke my ribs, man. Like other words, like if I knew that, man, I wouldn't have got that done. But he said he had to have it done, so he wanted to have it done, you know. So I said, okay, that's what it is, you know. Man, who was there to help him when he after he got the surgery? I was waiting, me and my mom waiting out there in the waiting room for him when he got done, man. And I helped him at the nursing home, man, and all kind of stuff like that, man. And many things I helped him with, you know. Prayed for him all the time and everything, man. You know. Yep. That's it. I'm gonna let y'all go though, but part 6, I guess, coming next.